still jungle focus. This looks like the Ivern will be just permaban versus FlyQuest forever. So many junglers really hate playing against that, and especially in competitive, it makes your 5-on-5 so strong. So keeps that out. Still focusing too with the power clear Zyra, so keeping a lot the same here. Any sort of additions. All right, Jace also not going to be an option this time around.
And the Callista as well. So pretty standard bans here for Dignitas. I want to say it's the same that we saw in the game number 1. FlyQuest now with that first pick here. Tomo had a fantastic Kaisa game last weekend, taking this away from Tomo. Also, Massu very proficient on the champion. I would not hate this look for FlyQuest, but it does put them into a very specific style. Oh, it's a Yone pivot.
And for me too, I never like first picking a Kaisa because you're just showing so much so early. You're shouting like, oh, we're going to go with a pretty weak 2-on-2 lane phase. You know, no matter what you pair with the Kaisa, it's not going to be like a super strong lane. And it shows like we're definitely going dive also. So I feel like it gives away a lot for a first pick. Yone, though, everyone's happy to build off of Yone. You know, there's a lot of directions you can go. Sejuani taken away, though, so you can't go that direction of the synergy that everyone always likes to combine. Nice little steal here.
Notably one of the stronger pairings with the Yone, but also Yone's a takeaway from Keine, who had a fantastic Yone game last weekend. So FlyQuest definitely have done their homework here. And Srtty and Shaden both hovering the Katarina. Interesting to see. I know Srtty's reason. Don't know Shaden's reason. Maybe he's goading Srtty along. But either way, that's going to be the Sejuani for Shaden and a Sylas lock-in.
Which actually, when you keep on mentioning the things that Keine did well on, I really liked, really did like his Sylas. So last time around, it was, I believe, the 3rd game. They did the Sylas plus Sejuani, and then they added a Jax to it when they were playing versus Disguised. And the Jax is actually newly buffed on this patch. So if Dignitas do try and go with that same trifecta for top lane, which is the double melee synergies, the Jax is even buffed, and so it'll be even stronger this game than what they did versus Disguised. But already the Lillia picked up here. Inspired is very good at the power clearing junglers, and Lillia does thrive when the enemies are health stacking melees. So Sejuani and Sylas, and if you assume there's going to be another melee for top lane, the Lillia already just looks like such a good pick. It pairs with Yone. It does everything you want it to do. Gets you a Leandries.
The only arguable weakness is that typically that means that you don't have the engage from the jungler, but they get the engage from the support. Busio's locking in the Leona here. They don't have their AD carry yet, but it's still a Kaisa. But it's locked in for Dignitas now. Later in the draft, look at those signs, by the way. Shout out to the crowd here, live at the Riot Games Arena, showing up and bringing the energy on Super Bowl Sunday and showing off their fandom as well.
Alas, still no bug. I'm there with the bug. I want to see a Kha'Zix one of these days.
It even matches the color scheme of Dignitas' map.
Let's see here, though, as we can now ban out all the AD carries because we've picked the Kaisa for the side of Dignitas, so now you do some protection bans.
Okay, that one's good. That one's pretty good. Only applies to half the teams, though, currently on stage. Wonder who they're cheering for. Yeah, I
mean, FlyQuest have won so far every game after they have streamed their scrims, which is one game, which was the game that we just saw.
Good point, actually. I hadn't thought of it that way.
So that's great. Streaming your scrims works great.
Yeah.
Proof.
Somebody's got to check in on Cloud.
Okay, so they ban away the other, like the classic into Kaisa here, the Xayah matchup, so they also don't want that safety to avoid your dive. Since showing a Sylas and Sejuani and Kaisa is always dive, 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 dive. There for Dignitas, so they're taking out a couple of the counters there. And
Sylas can also take the Yone ultimate, can take the Leona ultimate, so it's even more engage, more dive potential. So I'm wondering if FlyQuest, if they can draft anything at this point in the draft that will be kind of disengaged for the Poppy's already gone from the Fearless band. They already have their support locked in, so it wouldn't be something like a Braum. It's going to be tougher for them as Dignitas get the next lock-in, and it's Elise. Full expectation that will be support Elise. Has been all the rage.
Isles is getting active. I've seen some solo queue games of Isles Elise. I I think that this game, I hope that this game will be different from the solo queue games that I saw. If you're looking at, avoiding dive though, Kangas, highlighting right now, one of the other, mobile carries there, so it does have some answers. They want at least some mobility there for Massu. Last time around, he actually did quite well with a very strong front line protecting him and being able to stand his ground with the, hybrid build there for Varus. But now with the Ezreal, have the extra mobility for himself to hopefully dodge some of this Dignitas engage and dive.
And I like how you're talking about the dive specifically, because that's what I think of when I think of Elise support. So good at diving bot lanes. But
Bwipo.
We have a Garen locked in for Bwipo.
Hey, wait a second.
That's blind pick.
Srtty here. Our Srtty flashing some answers too.
Wait a minute.
We're going to get some gods.
Wait a minute.
Some gods matchup. Srtty here. Always a big Bwipo fan and likes getting into some of these counter picks. Let's see. Let's see. He's still cooking. Okay, he's cooking still.
A lot of options.
Oh man, I wanted to see
the Camille. Okay, so yes, it is Camille. It's traded out to the top lane here. So Srtty, notable for his Camille in NACL in the tier 2 system. This was one of his best champions when he was like ready for me to take over a game. I got this, and also he said, yes, he hit these crazy LP records, broke the records, got ranked 1 and 2, but he said most of that was playing things like Camille Jax, where you're not playing the team game, you're just playing to win lane. This is one of Srtty's comfort picks. So if you're ever going to show up against Bwipo, it's right here, it is right now.
What an exciting matchup here with these two top laners. I just hope that it's not like, oh my goodness, we have a 30 CS deficit before they meet up again. And, out of lane swaps where Srtty does some, questionable teleporting like a half a lane in and taking big chunk.
That was a bit of a bummer.
That early game just made it like so... It brought down our story a lot here of the Bwipo versus Srtty, FlyQuest challengers going up against the main position now,
trying to prove that they're worth it.
Now though,
hanging tier 1.
Now Srtty gets his counter pick, and Bwipo is using the Garen that I think really benefited so much from the new rune that they added, the Axiom Arcanist rune. I love this rune so much. Because of the extra damage and because of the extra cooldown for your ultimate, it works so well with Garen as well. So I want to see if he takes it. I'm assuming that he will. And it should be a fun one to watch here. Matchup in the top lane.
All eyes.
Please be a matchup in the top lane, please.
Yeah, all eyes on top lane. Bwipo versus Srtty, Garen versus Camille. And there you go, Kobe, the stat that you highlighted earlier. 100% win rate after streaming scrims. Not too bad for FlyQuest.
Not too shabby. You can't do too much better than 100%, actually. So.
Exactly, yeah. And there we go, Arcanist. You can read it right there on screen.
Thank you, observers. I love that new thing because he also works well with celerity and the extra move speed there too.
But while we're getting into the game, we have Jat with a sideline interview with FlyQuest coach Nukeduck.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Nukeduck. First thing that comes to mind is I didn't see Garen on Bwipo's top lane tier list. How did this pick come to fruition?
Garen, there is constant updates, so we keep working on it. And what was even, a lot of the big ones were out though, so, yeah.
Fair enough. So going into game 1 just a little bit as we're about to start game 2, that game felt very close and competitive. Is that what you were expecting coming in here? I know you would have hoped to 2-0 last week and make it through, but now you're here in an elimination match.
I didn't know what to expect. We're trying our hardest, and we do think we're stronger, so I do think we're going to win. And last week we kind of got outplayed, honestly, so we need to win this one.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for joining us, Nukeduck.
That was one response of all time to your top laner saying lock in Garen. Shout out to Nukeduck right there for taking that one. But Bwipo right now has not been the focus of attention here, but we don't have lane swaps early on. It will be the proper top lane matchup. And let's see if that is better for Srtty. I imagine it will be. Level 2 hit by Busio. Goes in onto Isles, who has the repel immediately to get out of that.
Meanwhile, it is a brawl in the mid lane. This is such a volatile matchup. I love going to get ganks on these lanes. The Yone and Sylas both have potential to hard carry games. And since they trade so much, Please,
Man.
someone gank this mid lane. I love ganking these lanes. They're so low. They're trading so heavily, and they both have huge potential. But both junglers here are going to finish off their full clears before they get over there.
Yeah, neither one. I mean, I was looking at Shaden more as the one that had the potential to, but Keine might just do it himself. Big damage on a quad. Ooh, Quad might just have to back off of this wave now. Yeah, he's going to start the reset.
How much gold does he have here? Because that might be a weird recall for him. We'll see what he can get on his first back here, as Keine traded really heavily into him.
A dagger. That's it.
And the refillable. Okay, got the refillable as well with it. Not too shabby there. Meanwhile, we could check back in on the Garen up there too with the matchup into Srtty. Srtty, of course, with the Camille, does scale really, really nicely into your side lanes. You know, once you get your 2 items and even kind of 1 item on your Trinity Force, but Trinity Force and, you know, possibly Ravenous, or if you want to go like Sterix for quick team fighting or something like that, definitely has a lot of potential. So very excited to see what these side lanes look like later on to this game too. But
Isles is low on mana right now. He's trying to play bait because Shaden is hanging around. Should be spotted, I imagine. They might go for the dive. This is what the Elise can do because you have the repel, but the wave's already pretty low. Isles is low on mana as well, but Keine now, again, just taking these aggressive trades against Quad. They both teleported back into lane and are both under half health already.
And Keine bought a Dark Seal, buddy. So he's feeling very confident about it. He's like, my early trades are going well.
Yeah.
It's Dark Seal time for Keine. He's got a Sejuani, pocket Sejuani here, who hasn't yet made a visit towards mid lane, but very well could.
Oh, he took the chains in. Keine looking for it. Oh, flash from Quad. Keine lives. Didn't want to flash follow for the guaranteed kill, but will force Quad back again.
Yeah, Keine last week with the Sylas plus Sejuani combo was very, very good for them. And here he solo burns Quad's flash, forces him back into more daggers, triple daggers build here for Quad, constantly getting pushed out of lane by Keine, who has invested in the Dark Seal and makes a little jump over here.
Yeah, Inspired stopped his back, so he will be a slightly delayed, but he's 10 CS up. Quad's going to have the wave here. It will slow push into Keine, who can go for the reset and just run right back to mid lane.
Biggest thing with the support Elise players are your roam timers, and the first roam timer here for Isles isn't getting a lot done, but he does drop off more vision around mid lane. And as we were saying, like that mid lane matchup is so volatile that the vision around mid lane is an objective in itself. It's so volatile, and Keine has the advantage that they want to keep it for him.
Oh, Bwipo and Srtty in a 1v1 right now. Bwipo's low on health, and Srtty just has the damage. Bwipo looks like he's accepting it. He is level 6! Demacian Justice, first blood!
And mid lane, they cocoon!
Isles cocoon lands, they got Quad. Dignitas answer in kind. So 1-for-1 trade across the rift.
There you go, Kangas. He stuck around mid lane so long, so good of experience. He gets paid! The mid lane battle going the way of Dignitas despite Bwipo's heroics up there. Bwipo focused on the minion wave. You saw when Srtty was trading on him, Bwipo was not scared.
The judgment spin, he just cleared them all.
He was not running. He was stacking up his Conqueror on Srtty while also clearing the minions to get his surprise level 6 there. Always look at your experience bar there.
Oh, and Massu's getting aggressive onto Tomo right now. Just peppering him. One more auto. Flash out from Tomo.
This series is so sick. We've been delivered so much action in this series, and I'm loving the regular lanes here. We keep on getting multiple summoners blown. 1v1 here. Even in the bottom lane, Massu's getting in.
On any given Sunday afternoon, you can get bangers in the LTA North. FlyQuest, we're expected to be heavy favorites in this series, but Dignitas, they made them sweat game 1, and they're holding the line here game 2. Top lane going in the favor of Bwipo, but picking up that kill mid is nice. Let's get another look at that, though.
Yeah, so Bwipo, he's looking at his minions. They're low health. He's stacking up his Conqueror now on Srtty. Finishes off these minions just in time. He auto the last one, turns around, silence into ulti. Actually so sick. Actually so sick here.
How quickly he had to upgrade his ultimate as well. Boom!
Oh, you're spamming it at that.
Yeah.
Got the minion kill just in time. He was like, yeah, I was cutting it a little close. I was cutting it a little close.
Quad fade seal to try and get away. Flash forward from Srtty. He doesn't get in range. Takes a couple turret shots now. He's in a bit of trouble. Hex cycle the mana, but he goes out! Quad Quad! Punishes the dive!
I feel so bad for Srtty. Kangas, we just came out of a replay where Srtty got outplayed. And then
he outplayed himself in that one.
Are we going into another? Another replay? Okay. So
he's looking so aggressively. Fade sealed lane from Keine first.
Yeah, so Keine starts it out to set it up for Srtty, but Quad was able to buffer his ulti, and then he eased away to buy time. And by the time Srtty,
so he used the Q on a minion. If I saw that correctly, he used Q on a minion so that when he goes into Hextech Ultimatum, it was on cooldown. So I think that's just, Srtty's gonna be looking back at that one and kicking himself. If I saw that right, I think that was just Srtty outplaying himself in that instance. Best case scenario, you're getting a 1-for-1 trade. But now FlyQuest up a kill. The gold was still pretty even. Now it's slightly in their favor as Dignitas at least got the 3 grubs. And Isles is back into the mid lane here. Level 5. Man, this mid lane is where the action has been. Quad doesn't have the snapback anymore, doesn't have the fate sealed anymore. Cocoon lands, stun in. Dignitas are just punishing Quad, digging him a great 6 feet deep.
It started with Keine just punishing him 1v1, forcing him out of lane, and then burning his flash. Then he got the team involved as well. The Elise support, so good at ganking those volatile matchups. Does so again here. Isles looking good. His training on the Elise support worked out. And it definitely...
You caught a bad stream.
It helps.
It
helps so much when you've got the lane already, earning their own advantages and burning the flashes and all this stuff. But so much focus there from Dignitas, paying off by focusing towards mid. But the thing that's so cool about this game, that's not the only story. We've had so many 1v1s in this game that the game is still so balanced. Yes, Dignitas, they've got their 3 grubs. They've got their Hextech Dragon already in their pocket. But the gold is not untenable.
Yeah.
The game has not just been blown open because of the mid lane. So there are definitely still a lot of angles and possibilities there for FlyQuest. They got their 1v1 from Bwipo. They got their 1v1 with Massu versus Tomo. So still looking at the other lanes.
But like you had said, 1v1s. That's where FlyQuest have gotten their kills, which is interesting to see as a roster that's coming back from last year. So far, it is just individual outplays, not team play, getting them the kills, whereas Dignitas, they're playing like a team. Isles is playing to the map, and yes, it is a lot of him getting set up by Keine in the mid lane, but still, it is a group effort to pick up those kills, and getting Keine ahead could be big for them. 2 full waves of XP and gold that he's picked up over Quad. And I mean, we heard earlier, Quid, when in his MasterCard Player of the Week interview, mentioning, hey, the other best mid laners in the league, it's got to be Quad, it's got to be Loki. Keine putting his name in that conversation right now as Dignitas are grouping around the grubs. Kaine's in trouble here. Bwipo just walks up onto him. Justice goes in, and the fate sealed follow. Dignitas in a world of hurt as a double kill picked up for Inspired.
That was a crazy combo. I don't know about that flash in at the end of the play here from Quad, but the other flash was amazing. Bwipo goes in to get the silence onto Keine, and then Quad's ulti brings him over to Inspired, who finishes the job by flashing in. So Bwipo and Inspired's flashes there, along with Quad's ultimate, a huge coordinated play from FlyQuest. You're just mentioning, Kangas, how a lot of their other stuff was these 1v1s, but they come together as a team for the second pack of grubs. They win the fight off of mid by taking the initiative for themselves. Bwipo on the Garen pick has been so cool this game. Flashes in, silences to start it all off. And actually both those kills went to Inspired. So the Lillia now, free boots came in, got the Leandries already. So here's Bwipo from the brush.
This is the age-old question. What do you do about a Garen running at you?
Garen running at you from the brush with flash. He got the ultimate on to get them low enough. Inspired flashes over to finish, and everybody else was locked up inside. Since Isles was kind of collateral damage there, the Elise is so squishy. He tried to repel over the side.
It's bad. It's really bad.
It is, yep.
I have to concur, Shaden. I have to concur.
He upgraded it. At first it was just, it was bad. It's bad, but then it got really bad.
Bad was when, Keine died. Very bad probably when Isles went down. Yeah, I have to imagine that's
it was just such a good grouping though, because, Bwipo flashing in, getting the silence, he kind of chased Keine up towards that that ultimate from Quad, the Yone ultimate, then grouping all of them and getting that massive AoE for Inspired to be able to come in and finish it off there. That was huge for FlyQuest to be able to swing it. And Kangas, you're looking at now the first real big gold lead of this game into actually FlyQuest's favor. Plus they got the 3 kills themselves first, so they get the feat.
And like you said, the gold went on to Inspired, so the 1,000 gold lead, a lot of that being, I imagine, top lane and jungle here. Bot's a little ahead in CS, but getting to Lillia fed, getting to Lillia ahead. Great news for Fly's. Dignitas look to make a play in the bottom side right now. Solar Flare misses, and Isles goes in. They're actually trying to commit under the turret. Stunned up, that's a kill. Shaded gets it on the Quad, and now Busio all alone down here. They're gonna go for another dive. The turret reset, and that is 2 kills picked up for Dignitas.
Right back here. Dignitas, they just retake that 1,000 gold immediately. FlyQuest are trying to use Quad as bait because they're like, okay, these guys, they've got a target on Quad's back. Fine. Yeah. Busio, you hover him. We'll use him as bait under the tower. Wait, Bwipo is gonna get a nice little chunk here onto Srtty, but trying to use Quad as bait under the tower. Well, Dignitas would say, fine, we'll just send 3 members, have Shaden go down there as well.
Yep.
Not only do they take the bait, they eat the bait and then smash the trap afterwards. So Busio goes down under the tower afterwards. And they retake that gold just like that.
Thanks for the cheese. Dignitas walk out with 2, and now the gold's dead even here, right as we're singing the praise of FlyQuest, saying, hey, they're back into it. They finally have a lead for themselves. Things are pretty much dead even yet again. Dignitas have a dragon already. Next one's spawning right now on the Rift. So let's see if they try and stack those, because the dragon second was denied in game number 1. FlyQuest did a fantastic job of picking off Isles before that second dragon spawned. Harder on an Elise with that repel ability, but maybe they'll go for another play similar.
Yeah, at least it doesn't have flash, so maybe be a similar one. Camping on some vision, though. Clear out topside first here as the rest of the team rotates down to the bottom half of the map. Currently, let's see, Quad really just needs a little bit of extra money. Like, Yone pre-Blade of the Ruined King and post-Blade of the Ruined King is almost like,
yeah,
you know, 2 Pokemon evolutions. Not even a single. It's not even a single evolution. So
it's like you have your starter. But
exactly, you have the starter, or well.
Okay.
Another chase down here. Bwipo chasing.
It's in the Pokemon battle. This is a 1v2. Keine has the backup of Shaden now, and they're teleporting in. They're actually going to try and turn it back around. Stolen ultimate. Lilting Lullaby onto Inspire. Teleport from Srtty now. Hookshotting in. They're all inning onto the Lillia. Flash out. But that's it. Inspired gets out of there.
So this is going to do 2 things. This is going to ensure that they do have the numbers on bottom side, but it also ensures that the Yone will get the extra money for Blade of the Ruined King. So Yone, they're just going to make the call. Quad, finish pushing up there, get your solo tower gold, get your Blade of the Ruined King. That's fine for them. We give up the dragon, and it should be objective here for Dignitas, as Bwipo tries to stick around and should be able to defend tower no problem.
But notably, that is feats of strength picked up there for FlyQuest because of the teleport play coming down. So Dignitas definitely wanted more for that one. They get the dragon, but losing out another big objective. 2 stacked, as it looks like we'll have Cloud Soul, recently just nerfed on this last patch as well.
Yeah. Let's see now. Another attempt coming down to hover this lane. Look at Quad also resetting down towards bottom here. And they do have both Bwipo's teleport and Quad's teleport, so this is an interesting lane assignments from FlyQuest.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just going to tag him in.
Quad,
one solo laner for the
next
other.
Wave.
Teleport is ready for topside. You know, it's getting pushed in right now by Keine, and he can go answer that.
Yeah, let's see if Bwipo actually uses the TP or if he's going to run. Right now, he's just walking up there. Garen is very fast, yeah. You have that Q to just give you that movement speed, get right on up there. The wave will lose maybe like 1 or 2 minions, but that's not too bad. Herald is the focus, and it's actually FlyQuest picking that one up. No contest from Dignitas, despite having Keine pushing that wave in. Surprising to see.
Yeah, I think with the bottom lanes reset there, they're waiting up for Tomo and Isles to get back out here, because Isles actually huge power spike on the Elise.
Yeah.
When you get both your Bloodsong as well as your Storm Surge, the burst damage, there is, I'd say there's no other support that's really comparable. Maybe like Pyke or something.
Sure.
But this is like the scariest part of support Elise, because support Elise has the power spikes, and nobody really has like luxury gold to spend on a lot of extra magic resistance. There are 2 Merc Treads built here though, so Isles probably going to choose it. He would probably choose different targets than those anyway.
Massu landing the damage before Repel comes out. Sylas now chunked down. The Elise can do damage, but you're also still squishy, so you got to be careful to not give your opponent avenues to actually take you out. No objectives to fight for right now, so I'm imagining we'll just have pretty standard lane assignments. Mid laners back against each other in the bot lane, top laners back to top, and bot laners have gone mid. And it's still just dead even, Kobe. Who would have guessed that especially after what we saw in Series 1, that Dignitas and FlyQuest would be this close. Solar Flare lands, though, just as I said it. Pick on the Isles. The support trying to clear vision in a location he's just got no right to do so. FlyQuest will drop the Herald. They're going to look for mid-turret.
Yeah, Busio was just waiting
Massu
for that one.
Taking a lot of damage here as Glacial Prison lands onto Inspired. What a combo! Srtty jumps in there, but now the rest of the team backing off here. FlyQuest, the cavalry has arrived. Fate sealed into the backline. Srtty's down. They lose a mid laner as well. It's just Tomo and Shaden to watch as his Herald will charge the turret.
Massu with the all-star Rift Herald play. Not only does he use the Rift Herald to get out of the engage, but he interrupts the Kaisa ultimate dash as it comes through because it was trying to go through the Rift Herald, and it gets the Rift Herald knockup on him. We see a lot of Rift Heralds like driving into walls, you know, and stuff, and going backwards. But this one was beautiful. So first of all, it's the classic pink ward bait. And Busio was waiting for that one with the Leona ultimate. Nicely done from him. They snipe Isles. Then Massu here goes straight for the Rift Herald after getting knocked up by Shaden. Then drives through, and then look at the Kaisa gets knocked up as well. So they can't follow on their pick. So Inspired lives despite getting Camille ultimate. And then, you know, Camille's out of position because of it. And the turnaround from FlyQuest is massive. Just a crazy, crazy sequence of events for FlyQuest, and it's just cracking up after it. It just started out so well. They got the first pick onto the Elise support, and then Dream answer there.
Yep. We keep getting the Bwipo reaction cams. When are we getting the Massu reaction cams? I want to see what he was thinking when he hops into that Herald and gets out of that engage, because Dignitas threw everything at him. Still has cleanse, still has flash available. This guy's got nerves of steel.
I love when people use it as an exit vehicle. The getaway there, whether you're split pushing or whether you're in a team fight, channeling, getting on in it. Honestly, let's see. I mean, next Dragon is coming up in 40 seconds, but, you know, Otacon is on top side, so Dignitas have kind of overloaded top side. They were trying to make a little quick play up there.
Ooh, Srtty in trouble. Dodges out on the Fate Sealed.
Yeah, he's good. Very, very low, though, so that's going to reduce their map presence pretty significantly. No flash for the Camille.
Yeah, turret's just going down here.
It just reduces what you have to do right now for Dig, and they really need to get one of those pick-off plays. So no flash on the Camille makes it way harder to do that. That's one of your longest range pick tools that they could use. Nicely done here from FlyQuest, kind of getting that cooldown out of bottom side first, way before the Dragon even comes up. So Srtty has been reallocated to the top side to try and split push. Maybe Dignitas make the call. All right, fine. We'll go for top side play here. Otacon is up and the tower's pretty low. So best case. Ooh, that was a big chunk.
Yeah, half health from one True Shot Barrage. Not a great spot to be for Tomo, as I thought he might have actually been in trouble. They're just going to start up the Otacon.
See how many resources they can draw up to this side of the map, because it looks like Massu's going to push mid lane first for FlyQuest before they head over, but it actually drops very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Bwipo got visioned out to
Inspired's far away.
Bwipo's going to run in, look at Shaden. Bwipo does a lot of damage. He just says, I can take down the enemy jungler, but oh, there's a secure from Srtty. Can Dignitas win the fight afterwards? The rest of the FlyQuest are here. Massu has the front line in front of him, but it's just going to be revives for Dignitas. Busio goes down. Dignitas get one more, but Massu unleashed in the fight with Inspired behind him. An unofficial ace as everyone will respawn, but 15-second timers on those. FlyQuest pick up a lot of gold.
Yeah, the temporary revives are just instantly wiped off the map here, and they also nerfed the permanent buff that you get. It's only 25 gold extra on champion takedowns too for it, so that was actually massive for FlyQuest. I mean, the Bwipo and Busio assassination squad.
Yeah, they just went right in onto Shaden.
Look at this, the Bash Bros. They just run straight in. They're like, Sejuani, tank? I don't care. Aftershock? I don't care. Garen ultimate. I don't care. They immediately just take him down. And then they were close to stealing it too.
Yeah.
50 health. I mean, they both turned and tried to get it as well.
That had to have just been like an auto, maybe a super strike from Srtty.
They both were able to, well, here we go. On the reset though, Dignitas, I guess consolation prize. You still get yourself 2 Dragon Soul points.
Not bad, all things considered.
Keep it a little interesting here.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's happening with the resets of FlyQuest there to allow Dignitas to get that window. FlyQuest are still in a very commanding position, 4,500 gold lead for themselves. So they can always fight for that last one. Big Dignitas are giving themselves a win condition. Cloud Soul was just nerfed, but still pretty strong, all things considered. So Dignitas not out of this one yet, but FlyQuest are showing us why they were such a feared team coming into the split, why there were such high expectations for them. It's a surprise to see them in this lower bracket. And we heard from Nukeduck that he was saying, no, I mean, we still expect we're going to win the whole thing. we're not too deterred. We just have to win this series to make sure that we can make it at least to Brazil. And so far, they're set up fantastically to do so.
So I'm loving watching this Garen too. This Bwipo pick has certainly been one of the ones that delivers. I mean, from the solo kill early on to a lot of these team plays, he's the one creating a lot of them. There was the mid lane pickoff started with him. The Otacon assassination.
And I was looking for even more.
And he's not even done.
Yeah, Srtty could be in some trouble. Doesn't have the flash available. Hook shot does allow him to get away and has the slows as well from the tactical sweep. So he's fine.
Yeah.
But it just shows how scary Bwipo is, man. Like, if he gets on you, you're in danger.
Yeah, and you got to watch out because once he stacks up the Conqueror, once he stacks up the Sojin, then
Srtty's actually going for a fight right now because he has Tomo in over the top. Bwipo picked off in a side lane, and that teleport coming in from Quad. Might want that one back. Inspired is here, though. The rest of the members of Dignitas are coming down. Fate Seal dodged out by Tomo. Has to flash it. But Dignitas find their pick in the side lane.
Okay, can that get them the topside tower? Because they still have Keine pushing.
Oh.
And Bwipo being dead, Quad has no teleport. Nobody can get over there. That's going to be solo tower gold for the Sylas. Keine started out this game playing so well, earning a lot of advantages over mid lane in the 1v1 and when the team came as well. So him getting some solo gold here on the Sylas will feel very nice for them too. He's close to level 15. Able to get an extra needlessly large rod here, so a little bit of extra burst and damage comes through.
Yeah, let's see what he decides to build that one into. We have control wards in the pockets as well for Dignitas, as Baron is now on the Rift. So we're always at the point where you at least need some vision around the area to deny FlyQuest the ability to just take it for free. FlyQuest also have to do the same, so everyone's dropping their little wards down. There is a pretty good flanking ward here for FlyQuest, so if Dignitas approach a river, Bwipo could teleport into the backline.
Yeah, it's very scary for Dignitas now too, because if you look at the playmaking on the side of FlyQuest, if you have Leona ultimate, the range on the thing is insane, as well as the Yone follow-up, and then Inspired has Flash and a Seeker's Arm Guard completed here. So
yeah.
If you get tagged by anything here, Leona and Yone will be looking to start it off, but Inspired Flash plays available with the Lillia here, and the safety of the Arm Guard just makes the playmaking here from FlyQuest very fearsome, and you can tell Dignitas very wary of that fact. Nobody wants to be on the same screen, so they have to give up the last little bit of that turret.
And I'll say that I love the Elise support as a concept. I think one of the strongest parts about it is the potential to dive. We saw one very successful dive from Dignitas, but at this point in the game, it does start to fall off. The support of the Leona is going to be much more felt as Bwipo finding another 1v1 versus Srtty. Teleport coming in here from Keine. Can Bwipo win? Oh! Hexacle made him to dodge out the Demacian Justice as Bwipo dances, but it's a solo kill for Srtty.
Srtty's on his 2 items here on the Camille side lane. Victory for them. They did also invest the teleport here from Keine, but because they kind of want some extra vision around Dragon, since it's Dragon Soul in only 50 seconds, they do leave behind their wards before they go for the full reset and will push out the bottom lane afterwards. Bwipo, though, of course, will have his teleport once he revives to be able to answer.
I'm almost wondering if there's a world where FlyQuest, you give over the Dragon Soul so that you can get the Baron. That might not be the worst trade for them. Cloud Soul was just nerfed on this patch. It's still a great pickup for Dignitas, but there's an argument that it's worth it for them. They're going to want to watch Bwipo in the side lane, though, because that's twice now. Once, there was backup. It was a 2v1, but that time, that was Srtty just outplaying him. Yeah, teleport came in from Keine in case, but he didn't actually need the help. Teleport now in from Bwipo. Trying to find the backline here. A Solar Flare lands, but it doesn't stun, just slows. Isles flashing away, still goes down to the burn. As now the ultimate on to Keine. Lilting Lullaby, go to sleep. Kaine's out of there as well. 2 quick picks for FlyQuest.
All right, there, the entire map is theirs. Let's see. You only need a couple people to grab this dragon. Looks like they're going to send up multiple, though. There's no threat of Dignitas doing Baron or anything like that because the 2 casualties they've suffered here are way, way too much. No extra damage or threat here for Baron, so just going to be that wave they push out. FlyQuest grab their dragon, they deny the soul, plus they can have a leisurely walk on over to the other side of the map. Full reset here for them, but teleporting in, you get that Sylas on the Elise. Nothing the Elise can do. So squishy there. Isles invested the flash, so Elise, the late game pick-off target, goes down very early, and then they answer with an extra one onto Keine as well.
And this is part of the responsibility of supports in professional League of Legends play. Teleport flanks like that are game-breaking, and Isles was the one kind of caught out there. So Dignitas need to be a little more diligent of actually sweeping and trying to clear out these flank wards.
And I mean, they have to be the ones finding the first play and finding the pick themselves. You know, they really have to make use of the high damage potential and try and pick somebody off in a side lane or away from the rest of the FlyQuest members here so that they can start something out with a little bit of an advantage, because they've fallen so far behind now. You know, level 16 for a lot of FlyQuest members, Massu, Inspired, and Bwipo all hitting this mark before any Dignitas members. And they just rule the map here around Baron. Let's see how well they can control the vision and kind of force Dignitas over into a bad spot.
Inspired with 3 items completed is going to be able to control the approach so well. Dignitas need to kill him fast or just avoid him. Right now he's on the bottom side though, so yes, we're looking at the Baron, and maybe actually a play onto Massu. Dangerous to jump past Busio, so gonna call it off right now. Is Massu actually feeling empowered to go forward? Another pick on the Isles. Bwipo gets chunked down, but he's going to be just fine. Inspired throws out the bowling ball, misses, can still get the Q. Built-in Lullaby, not going to be used right now. Tomo is running to safety, has the cleanse, so that would not have been a guaranteed kill. Dignitas will lose their support yet again.
I feel like there needs to be a warning attached to support Elise. It is high variance, you are very squishy. Again, Bwipo sees, Bwipo kills. The Garen plus the Leona combination is just so deadly here. Now the Baron.
Okay, it's down to under half health as we're looking at Bwipo, but Bwipo in a 1v2 with a little help from his friends will take a double kill. FlyQuest top laner getting fed. Lilting Lullaby is cleansed by Tomo. Frame perfect right there, as now he's going to try and fight his way out of this one. Damage on the Massu. He flashes and gets him. Tomo might just save the play. Isles is back on the map, but here comes Bwipo. Burn damage from Inspired is enough, and it's just Shaden left alive. No backup from Dignitas. It's Isles watching his team fall as they watched him fall. FlyQuest win the fight. They'll get the Baron.
Yep, that one might be the nail in the coffin here. Grabbing Baron to get so much map pressure afterwards. FlyQuest. And again, where does it begin, Kangas? It begins on the Garen. It begins with a Bwipo running them down.
And
honestly, the ability of the teammates to follow up too. You know, we mentioned the range from Leona, but also quad this time on the Yone. Pops the E, jumps over to follow up.
Yeah, and we'll get another look at that replay here because Bwipo just survives for so long.
Staring Keine down, gets his positioning in the brush. Silence into full stacks. Gets the kill, and quad here with the follow-up as well. And immediately just deleted right there.
I mean, props to Tomo here. He does play this very well. Massu's been having an incredible series, but Tomo actually pretty big outplay, just not enough.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they had already suffered too many casualties because Isles died so early. Isles was walking from base, and then they lost 2 members so quickly, both solo laners, that there's really no coming back for that. But they were put into a really tough position with the vision control setting up.
Back to life. Srtty's actually fighting Bwipo. Kaine's walking down, but is taking his time, and Bwipo should be fine, actually. Hook shot to follow. Tactical sweep to slow. Srtty's looking for the damage as flash out of Bwipo, and Fate's healed out of Quad, who does have the E to snap back, but Massu jumping in there right onto Srtty, grabs the kill. FlyQuest punish the overextension from Dignitas.
Yeah, Dignitas, their risk tolerance just went through the roof. They were like, oh man, all right, well, we got to do something right now. We got to make a pick happen.
Yep.
We're a little bit desperate. It's almost a 9,000 gold lead after that. So they saw the Garen. They're like, you know what? Even though it's hard to chase, let's go full send for it.
It's one of those
Bwipo
plays.
made him think too. He turned around a couple times.
Well, he's on the team, corralling behind him. Now Dignitas, not a full team strong, will have to hold the Baron siege. It's going to be 2 Baron-empowered Keine minions here as FlyQuest are going to pepper down this turret. Just Massu and Quad right now, but they will get it.
Yeah. The Cloud Soul move speed area as well in the jungle.
Yeah.
Also there, hoping for Bwipo on the runaway. And I mean, he turned around, checked him, and FlyQuest now coming to finish the job. So mid lane is open. Mid lane inhibitor is down. Now bot lane still has a damaged tower left, but your minion wave is coming quicker on top side. So see what FlyQuest do here as the Baron will time out.
Looks like resets, dragons up, you know, just grab that on your way back. And Dignitas don't really have a clean approach towards that dragon. So yes, the early dragon stacking was there for Dignitas, but FlyQuest have done a very good job of denying the soul, as they will get 2 in a row for themselves. Tomo picks up the Void staff. Interesting. Going for this hybrid build here, so hoping to poke down more with the Void Seekers.
Yeah, and Bwipo got the shield cutting as well here with the Serpent's Fang to deal with Srtty with multiple shields from passive as well as Sterix.
Yeah.
So definitely looking to pressure bottom side, hard push in.
I mean, what a decision from Bwipo. That only affects Srtty. Like, I'm not seeing other shields. I guess the Kaisa ultimate, you could argue.
Kaisa, yep.
So sure. But now FlyQuest are actually going for a play under the turret. Quad takes a huge chunk of damage. That's to snap back. Void Seeker hit by Massu, or rather blocking. Solar Flare goes wide. FlyQuest now trying to hold the line here, and Bwipo just goes in yet again. The damage is just filthy. Multi lullaby on the multiple members. Keine goes into stasis to dodge it, but burn damage on the Isles. Is he gonna go down? The Leandres is doing work right now. Everyone has to back to heal. Dignitas will try and defend the base, but let's see how bad FlyQuest want this. They have supers in the mid lane. All members strong. They're still up. They're still looking for it. Dignitas full health bars are approaching. Watch for Tomo. If the Kaisa can get a big ultimate onto the back line, but no, he's knocked up. They got the AD carry. Sylas taken down. Double kill on Quad. Make it a triple. And FlyQuest soar, taking down Dignitas. FlyQuest are going to Brazil.
The Bwipo fans in the audience are elated. FlyQuest with a 2-0 to follow up Team Liquid's 2-0. Both of these teams heading to the Americas. Pretty strong here.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good about the squad LTA North is sending.
And this is the snap end that you want to see from the team that was power ranked highest in the region. Everyone was thinking FlyQuest would be the best. Surprised that they were in the lower bracket, but able to find that pick and then just push for the end. Definitive gameplay. Bwipo leading the charge. FlyQuest winning the game. Now we're joining Raz and Massu on stage for an interview.
What's up and welcome to the victorious Massu. You guys are ended up qualifying for Brazil, for Sao Paulo, to the next stage. How you feel about hearing that news?
Pretty good. But honestly, I would have been more like surprised if we didn't qualify, so I don't, it's good.
Then talk about just this week of practice, because of course you guys had the fall last week, but you guys built yourselves up. You guys had a banger of a series. What's something you guys were working on to be in this position?
Honestly, even today, I think we didn't play that well. We still have like a lot of mistakes that we need to fix. And I think the biggest part of it is like communicating, being on the same page, making the same plays on the map, and then kind of like taking over the game together. I think right now we're struggling with that a little bit. So we're going to keep working on that.
Sounds good to me. And the last one I'm going to ask you is, man, in mid-game, in the last game, you were surrounded by a few people. You had Rift Herald in front of you. Talk me through that play where you were able to escape Sejuani and Camille.
Honestly, I don't know why they went in because I had the Rift Herald, so I felt really safe. Especially because like you can buffer anything with the Rift Herald, so it's pretty OP. So when they went in, we just knew they were kind of inting, so it was fine.
Well, you have one more game left. Thank you for this interview. You're going to be taking on Team Liquid one more time. Thank you again, guys. We'll be seeing you soon.